Hi, welcome to another lessons. In this lesson, we are going to look at implementing and configuring IMAP in Windows Server. Specifically, we are looking at 2019. So when we talk about IPAM is an integrated suite of tools to enable end-to-end planning, deploying, managing, and monitoring IP address infrastructures. So IPAM automatically discovers IP address infrastructure, service, and domain name system, which is the DNS, which is being which is on the network, and then also enable one to manage them from a central interface. So I have my domain controller set on the DC. I have my DHCP as well. So what we have to do here is I have deployed another machine, and that machine I have joined this machine to the domain. So the IPAM machine or the IPAM will be installed on this very machine. I have named this machine DC-IPAM. So I will go to, so when we first of all check the local server, we can see that the DC name or the computer name is DC-IPAM. We have the domain name, we have an IP address given. So this is it. So make sure that the machine that you are coming to use to configure IPAM is a member of the domain, and then from there we proceed. So we move to manage, we go to add roles and features. Then under the add roles and features, we go to the features and then we search for IPAM, which is this one, IP address management server. So just check the box. We have additional features that IPAM will need. We just click on add, and then we move to next. So we have the additional features that it will be installed alongside the IPAM. Then we move to click on install, then we wait for it to finish installing. Okay, so we can see that now the installation is successful. So we close. Then we can see from the server manager on my left hand side, we have the IPAM here. So if I click on the IPAM, it actually takes us to the IPAM overview, and we have the stage. So the first one says connect to IPAM server, which is connected to the domain. Says connected. Right, so if you are not seeing anything like this, make sure that you click on it and then you just select, then you connect. Then the next thing that we need to do here is for us to go in for provision, so which is step 2. Click on provision. So under the provisions we have a pop-up which says before you begin, IPAM provides a central management monitor auditing platform for IP address space and corresponding infrastructure service on your network. IPAM provides this functionality by accessing the following Windows servers. So we have the DHCP, we have the DNS, we have the network policy server, we have the Active Directory domain controller. So you have to make sure that you are familiar with the before you begin, then move to next. So here we need to now specify the database, and we have the internal database which is the by default selected. We have the SQL, so in case if you have the SQL and then you want to use the SQL, you just kindly select the SQL. You provide the server name, which is the SQL server name, the database name, and then also the port that the database is using. In my case, or in our case, I will maintain the internal database, then I click on next. Now the next thing that we need to do here is we need to provide provide a group policy object name, which is a prefix name. So the name that I will use will be, I'll use IPAM. I'll use IPAM. IPAM underscore the domain name, which will be EGDEV. Then move to next. So now this one gives us the summary of what we have done. So we can see that the services under the IPAM, the DHCP, DNS, and then the network protection policies, or the network policies, are stated here with the GPO that we have specified here. So we just have to click on apply and then wait for the provision progress to complete. Okay, so this is how the outcome supposed to be. We have what? Green check mark, meaning everything is successful. So we just click on close. So now we are done with the provision. The next thing that we need to do is we need to now move to stage 3, where it says configure server discovery. So we just click on it. Then the next thing that we need to do here is under the discovery, we have select forest. So we just click on get a forest, and says a background task has been started to fetch the trusted forest. So please close the configuration and then launch it again. Okay, so click on OK. So it's running. So still says not selected. So it says discover service based on refresh, and then we try again by clicking on this. So we can see that now the forest has been detected with the domain also. So all that we need to do here, we just need to click on add, and then we click on OK. So we can see that the domain controller, the DHCP, the DNS has been detected. We just click on OK. So we can see beneath the configure this server discovery, one domain is selected. Now the next thing that we need to do is to start server discovery. Click on it, which is supposed to take like 5 to 10 minutes to run. So we will wait. When it's done, we can see the bar moving on top of the yellow warning message here. So we wait. So whilst we are waiting, we can see that we have a message here, warning message says there are one or more IPAM tasks running in the task scheduler. Please wait for this for their completion. So we have to wait. Okay, so now we can see the status, which says discovered service based on the today's date and time. Next data collection will be this. So it says please refresh to update the view. So we just run I will just click on refresh, and then wait, refresh. So after the server discovery is set, so after the server discovery is set updating, the next thing that we have to do is we move to the fifth step, which is select or add service to manage and verify IPAM access. Just click on this one. Then we can see that from the from what we are seeing, we can see that the status is blocked, which is the IPAM access status is in a block state. So we have to run some PowerShell commands. So we will launch our PowerShell. Then okay, I have logged in as administrator here. So PowerShell. So inside the PowerShell, we need to now type the following command. So we have invoke hyphen IPAM GPO. I'll use provision. So P, I'll use the tab key. Excuse me. Okay, so that's it. The tab key has completed the word for me. Invoke hyphen IPAM GPO provisioning. space hyphen the name domain space the domain name, right? So I am using eggdev.com, then space hyphen the GPO that we use for the IPAM. So I think we specify the GPO prefix name. Now we need to provide the name. I think I use eggdev underscore, is it, hold on, IPAM underscore eggdev. The name needs to be okay. So space hyphen, we have the IPAM server FQDN, which is a full qualified domain name. So this one will be the IPAM machine that we are using. So the name is DC hyphen IPAM dot eggdev.com. That will be the full qualified domain name. If you want to be sure of the name, all that you have to do is server manager, you go to local server. So this is it, this one with this one, right? And that will be, so now let me go for this, where I am. Okay, so now that you know the full qualified domain name, space, now we need to set the delegated GPO user. So the delegated GPO user. Then bear in mind I am using the administrator, so in case it is a corporate environment, you might not be the only person working there. You might have assistants, so you can equally assign some of the tasks to other people to also be managing. But in this case, I am just using one account for almost everything here. So now when I'm done, I'll just press on enter. It says yes, so and default is Y, so I'll press on enter. So now it's trying to validate the IPAM. Okay, creating GPOs, importing GPOs, meaning good, I am on the safe track. So it says GPO policy requires each computer account to have permission to read GPO data, and then yes, so Y, our default is Y, so I'll press on enter. So it says warning, GPO requires each computer to have a permission. So the first one, okay, so let me Y enter. so another Y again. Okay, so there's it. So you keep on pressing on enter, which is the entering you have, meaning yes, right? So now the next thing, let's see, the warning GPO requires each computer account to have permission to read GPO data from a domain controller. In order for user group policy settings to be successful apply, please add a domain computers or authenticated users security group with at least read-only permission. Okay, so we are good to go here. So we go to the IMAP here, then the next thing that we need to do here is under the server inventory we have IP version 4 here, and on my left hand side I have IP version 4, IP version 6 manage, and then I have the manage here. Then let's see, we have the details also here. Okay, so now the next thing that we need to do is we need to now right click on the entry here under the table, which is the inventory table here. Right click, then we're going for edit. Click on the edit server. Now under the edit server we need to under this, which is the manageability status, we need to now change it from unspecified to manage. Then we click on OK. Now the next thing that we need to do here, we move to the domain controller, then we launch command prompt from the domain controller, cmd, then we have to update, so gp update space /force, then we enter, so wait for it to complete. Okay, so now it's done. So we go back to the IPAM once again, the IPAM machine, then the same entry here, right click on it. This time around we will have to refresh the server access status, so we can see the bar moving. So we wait for the refreshing to complete. Okay, so now we need to redo it again, so right click on it and then again refresh, and then wait. So still we need to keep on refreshing till we see the unblock changing to that. So Okay, so there's it. You keep on refreshing till it changes from the block to from the what's the name, from the red to green. Or if still you try and then still it is not changing from the red to green, all that you can also do is you can also use the refresh button here to refresh the entire system, and should change. So we can see that now the IPAM access status has changed to unblocked. So the next thing that we need to do is configuring and verify a new DHCP scope with what IPAM. So what we need to do here is basically simple. So we can see from the left under the overview of the IPAM itself, we have a lot of info here. We have monitor and manage. Under monitor and manage, we have DNS and DHCP servers, right? So we just click on this one and it says not checked, not checked. So the next thing that we need to do is we have to right click on this one, then we says launch. Okay, so let me refresh from this side and see. Okay, so we are supposed to get the two options since it's DHCP and then DNS. So let's see. Yeah, retrieve. Let's retrieve and see. Okay, so there's it. Retrieve and then refresh. We have this one. Now it says it's running here, but we can see that what we have, we are not seeing the, I'm not seeing my DHCP. I can only see the DNS here. Let me click on the DNS DHCP scope. Don't have anything. Let's go back. Supposed to see. Okay, let me click on this one, DHCP. Nothing shows DNS solid. Okay, so let's see. I think I keep on refreshing. Let me refresh and see. We supposed to get two. DHCP. Let me try again to retrieve once again and then see. Okay, so my DHCP is not, let me check something. Let me go to the address space, block, have this, neutralize. So assuming if I wanted to try with the DHCP for us to create another scope. But if yours, you see DHCP showing, you can just right click on it, and then you go in for create a scope. So here, since I have DNS, I can decide to even create a DNS zone here. If I click on zone, we have the forward lookup zone, we have the primary, then we need to provide a name for that. So let's say I want to create a zone name by the name, let's say GH dot dev this, and then so the ecdev.com. then advanced property we have was store the zone in, we have the active directory here, we have the zone file here, we have the zone replication scope, and then also we have dynamic here. Now just move to just click on OK, and then it's now creating the zone for us, so we just have to wait for the zone. So there is it. Let me refresh it once again, and let's see. So we can see the ecdev domain here, we can see what's the name, we can see what's the name, the zone that we just created also here. So if I where is it, if I, let's see, add, configure, reset, edit zone, delete, and then so we have that, and then we can see the dynamic update settings, we have the name, and then also we have that. So this is one of the ways that when we have access we can. So when I go to DHCP, I don't have anything here. If I click on tax retrieve, let me perform retrieve, and then let's see whether we could be able to retrieve some DHCP scope that we have under the domain. So let's wait for it to finish. So now it's done. Let's try to refresh and see. Let's refresh to see whether we get something, which we are supposed to. Since I have DHCP here, we are supposed to. Let's see. Let me reload the DHCP from this side, and then go to the IPAM, come to the DNS DHCP, and then let me reload once again. Retrieve data, server data once again, and let's see. So basically this is IPAM for you. So we can manage DNS from this side, we can also manage IP from this side, and then the domain controller as well. So basically this actually ends this particular video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.